Good morning, Central students, staff, and families. Today is Monday, April 13th, 2020, and I am so happy to be with you this morning. Boys and girls, today is a new start, a new week, and guess what? A new author. We're going to be studying a whole new author this week. The author that I've chosen to study this week with alongside you is Tomie dePaola. Tomie dePaola was born in 1934 and he published books for over 40 years. And boys and girls, Tomie dePaola actually wrote over 250 children's books. Some of the books that he wrote are Stragonona, The Art Lesson, Pancakes for Breakfast, The Cloud Book, Andy, Charlie Needs a Cloak, and The Popcorn Book. And boys and girls, in this story, in The Popcorn Book today, we're going to read about twins, Tony and Tiny. Tony likes to cook and Tiny likes to read. Both twins love to eat popcorn. So while Tony cooks it, Tiny reads about what popcorn is, how it is stored, how it is cooked, and how different Native Americans made different types of popcorn, how much popcorn Americans eat, popcorn stories and legends, and popcorn recipes. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. The Popcorn Book by Tomie dePaola. Mom, can we make some popcorn? Yes, the popcorn is in the refrigerator. Yummy! I wonder why Mom keeps the popcorn in the refrigerator. I don't know. I'll go look it up. Here it is. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so the kernels keep their moisture. Boy, this is interesting. Listen. Popcorn is the oldest of the three main types of corn. There is field corn, which we feed to animals like cattle and pigs, sweet corn, which is the kind we eat, and popcorn. Popcorn was discovered by the Indian people in the Americas many thousands of years ago. One of the first sights Columbus saw in the New World was the Indians in San Salvador selling popcorn and wearing it as jewelry. First, I heat up the pan, but popcorn is even older than that. In a bat cave in New Mexico, archaeologists found some popped corn that was 5,600 years old. And 1,000 years ago, they also found 1,000-year-old popcorn kernels in Peru that could still be popped. Now, the cooking oil. The Indian people of the Americas had many different ways to pop popcorn. One way was to put an ear of corn on a stick and hold it over a fire. But many kernels were lost in the fire with this method. Another way was to throw the kernels right into the fire by the handful. The popcorn popped out all over the place. So there was a lot of bending and running around to gather it up. Okay, now it's hot enough to add a few kernels. In 1612, French explorers saw some Iroquois people popping corn in clay pots. They would fill the pots with hot sand, throw it in some popcorn, and stir it with a stick. When the corn popped, it came to the top of the sand and was very easy to get. The people were fond of popcorn soup. Soup? The Algonquians who came to the first Thanksgiving dinner even brought some popcorn in a deerskin pouch. The colonists liked it so much that they served popped corn for breakfast with cream poured on it. Today, Americans use 5 million pounds of popcorn each year. 30% is eaten at movies, circuses, ball games, and county fairs. 10% is saved for seeds and sold to other countries, but 60% is popped right at home. Oh, goody, the kernels are popping. That means the oil must be ready. People in the Midwest buy more popcorn than any other part of the United States. Milwaukee and Minneapolis are the top popcorn eating cities, followed by Chicago and Seattle. Most of the popcorn is grown in the Midwest too. Now I'll put more kernels in the pan and turn the heat up. Now here's the part I read first. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so the kernels keep their moisture. If the kernels dry out, there will be too many old maids left at the bottom of the pan. Old maids are unpopped kernels. It doesn't look like enough. If the popcorn dries out, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water to the jar and shake it until the water is absorbed. Popcorn pops because the heat of the kernel is moist and pulpy and surrounded by a hard starch shell. When the kernel is heated, the moisture turns to steam and the heart gets bigger until the shell bursts with a pop. Are you sure you didn't put too much popcorn in that pan? Of course not, silly. The Indian people had a legend that inside each kernel of popcorn lived a little demon. When his house was heated, he got so mad that he blew up. There are different kinds of popcorn. White hulless and yellow hulless are the ones most commonly sold in stores. The smallest type is called strawberry because it has red kernels and the ears look like strawberries. Rainbow has red, white, yellow, and blue kernels. It is sometimes called calico. There is a black corn too, but all of it pops white. The biggest kernels are called dynamite and snow puff. Shake, shake, shake. After popcorn is popped, most people like to put melted butter and salt on it. But if salt is put in the pan before the kernels are popped, it makes the popcorn tough. Shake, shake, shake. There are many stories about popcorn. One of the funniest and best known comes from America's Midwest. One summer, it was so hot and dry that all the popcorn in the fields began to pop. In no time at all, the sky was filled with flying popcorn. It looked so much like a blizzard. Everyone put mittens and scarves and got out the snow shovels. Help! I have a blizzard too. I knew you put too much popcorn in the pan. Okay, if you're so smart, what do we do now? I know. The best thing about popcorn is eating it. The end. Okay, boys and girls, today, as you know, is an e-learning day. As always, if you need any help with your e-learning, make sure that you reach out to your teachers, boys and girls. I hope you have an outstanding Monday.